This is a car you don't just buy. You choose it first. You know you're going for it. And the people who see it, since I've had it here, it's like it's a real friend, like they know it. They see me in the car. Oh, look at what you're driving. So I would say it's like a friend who respects you, who goes with you, and who will be with you for many years. Above all, without betrayals, it's the Lexus GX 550, the version called Over Trail. It's super prepared, but not for mud. I have mud on this side and mud on that side, but this is more of a car for this kind of road. Desert dirt, going hard like a Defender or Bronco Raptor. That's the speed for dirt and sand. That's its real purpose. Perfect time for you to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, and we'll notify you every time I post a video. That's super important to me because it's what keeps this going. I always tell you how much your support means to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This color is called pearly green. It's one of those colors that looks like it came out of a Japanese discipline manual. This is the car, trust me. This SUV appears imposing and boxy, almost forced in its design. But it doesn't matter how I present it or how it looks good, but it looks really good. It's the SUV to go off-road, but with luxury, a reminder that luxury before going off-road is tough. Let me tell you then all the good and the bad. And I've seen a lot of people talking about this car, but nobody wants to say the things I'm going to tell you. Bad things have happened too, and we need to talk about them. I don't get why people stay quiet when presenting a car like this. It has many positives, but there are issues that should be discussed. Above all, because this car isn't playing in the minor leagues, and I say that mainly because of the price. Let me talk about it. The Overtrail starts at $79,345. Adding the head-up display costs $900, and the Mark Levinson sound system is $1,140. The traffic jams assistant costs $620, and the roof rack, the one we have on top, costs $1,580. Rock rails, the stone rails on the sides, which I always say are essential. The cargo tray with the mount we have in the back is $750, and the trailer is $430. With a total of $86,385, it's definitely not cheap, right? But it's not supposed to be cheap either. And it's already playing in the big leagues of car prices. 3, 2, 1. They say this SUV doesn't follow trends. He's the one who laughs at them. The whole steel block looks like it was designed by a sculptor. Honestly, yes. If we look at it down here, I don't really see it at first glance. They're in the back, the tow hooks, they're way back here, down here. There's one on each side. This is plastic, remember. It's not meant for doing anything extreme, okay? It's more for racing. Yes, you can race in extreme places, but it's for high-speed racing. There are other cars with it that are made for mudding. This isn't one of them. Huge grille. The lines are those sharp lines we know from the EXO triple beam LEDs, which are those little lights up there, triple. And down here, we have the fog lights. Nothing functional around here. On the side, however, here there's quite a bit of air intake with the camera right below the EXO logo. I think that if it were my car, I would definitely add some metal up front. Even though it's a luxury car, I'd add some metal to make it a bit tougher. From the side, that's where it looks tougher, rougher, and that's what I'm going to show you now because I do like it from the side. It has what I always mention in the videos. This type of car needs protection. That iron bar is great. Even though here in Miami, it's just like the Lost Wagon that people use to go to the mall, this car is not for going to the mall. You can see how aggressive it is from this side. 18-inch rims, those are 33-inch tires, these fender flares. Really heavy, big sides. Camera. We have a 360-degree bird's eye view and retractable mirrors. This is the famous iron. I always tell you that any car you want to take on rocky terrain for crawling has special movements for it. There, I've gone over rocks that sink you into the door, sink you into the side of the car. I've done this to many cars from different manufacturers. I always say, bring me a piece of iron and put it here. I'm not responsible for what happens. This piece of iron, especially straight from the factory, seems fabulous to me. It's a touch that I really like, honestly, because then the whole warranty is covered. Here. The roof rail looks very elegant on it. These wheels are open Goodyear, all-terrain of course, and they're made for off-road, they're made for speed, to take off on rocks, to take the life out of everything. Very heavy doors, big doors. I really like how it looks. There's a blind spot monitor right there in the side mirror. It's not super long. It doesn't have to be super long, but the way it is, I think it's pretty good. This is where the muscle starts, and it's important to note this isn't a racing engine, okay? 3.4L 5.6 twin turbo, 349 HP, 479 lb-ft torque, 10-speed automatic. It's an engine for pushing. It's an engine for climbing mountains. It's an engine for towing. It's an engine for carrying your life. It accelerates like a heavy SUV because it is one. Despite all that, the last thing you'll ever feel is that it lacks power for anything. Let's talk a little about what nobody talks about. In November, just a month ago, Reikos announced a very important recall for GX 550 seats, which is the one I have here in my hand. Those made between 2023 and 2024. The main problem in the engine, especially in this V6 twin-turbo engine, is the metallic debris that might not have been cleaned out at the factory. That debris gets into the crankshaft bearings and damages them. Do you feel what is called engine knocks or knocking in the engine? Power loss, misfires, and possible engine shutdown. An SUV built for adventure shouldn't shut down while climbing a mountain. That's unacceptable. Toyota stated that they already solved this issue during development. Okay, that's the one I have. Now, at the beginning of 2026, they will contact the owners, and what they are going to do is a complete replacement of the engines. Shouldn't the GX 2025 be in that batch? It shouldn't, but if buying used, always check the vehicle identification number and ask for it. It's crucial. Never trust without verifying the vehicle identification number from the paperwork the seller provides. This one's perfect, my brother. Don't get too confident, man. Listen, don't get too confident. In this version, I don't have a third row because what I have is more for cargo. But just with the touch of a lever, you can completely, without making any effort, raise the seat. To access what would be the back or the third row or whatever you want to access back there, if you decide to do it from here, it's the same. Once you put the seat back there, the backrest, however you feel comfortable, this seat is really reclined. However, my knees still don't touch. There are two USB-C connectors with heating, which isn't needed in Miami, but is included anyway. Cup holders, sunroof, only in the front part, sound system. Mark Levinson. Yes, we have speakers in the doors. If you want foggy windows, you don't need to tint them like that. Here you raise your little thing and you can do whatever you want back here. No one is going to see you. It's very good. And while the seat material isn't full leather, it's still nice. Okay, there are a few little touches here that could be. Now I'm going to read carefully about the seat materials. Who is this car for? You should earn $160,000 to $220,000 a year for a comfortable payment on this car. Another ideal customer for this car is someone who owned an old Land Cruiser and now wants something newer after the issue. Is this for you? It's also for the dad or mom who wants adventure, a family that likes adventure, but at the same time wants to give you a massage. Well, you can do it here. It's for people, like I say, who want to live here in Miami, but are ready to go to Alaska if necessary. Thank you. You can do it here. This interior is a mix of adventure and a mix of softness, of elegance. It depends on your model. Are these materials leather? Here I have a wireless charger for the phone. Here I have a 112 connector and two USB connectors. I have mountain mode, crawling mode, mode of towing, okay, and I changed them here, which opens for me. Sport, Sport Plus, Custom, Normal, Comfort, and Eco are all controlled here. Here I have 4 high, 4 low center locker, rear locker. Everything is button controlled right here in the center with the lever that's very comfortable, the lever. This is Nalux Premium, okay, 14 inches. We have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto on the screen. All of that is wireless. 21 Mark Levinson speakers. Panoramic camera, a panoramic camera that activates quite often with pretty good quality because it has side cameras. If I put it here, you can see it there. The quality is very good, even with the view you have here, which is that invisible view. To see what's under the car, let me see if I can get in here. And you can see it a little bit here. You can clearly see that I can see what's under the car. If I had to go off-road or do something like that there, I can see pretty well what's under the car. Okay, the Lexus Safety Sense 3.0 safety system. I appreciate that most buttons are physical. It's important to me that not everything is touch sensitive. The air conditioning controls are touch sensitive down here, but the temperature adjustment where you raise or lower it, those are physical buttons. Okay. In this car, you can take long trips and you're going to love it because it's made for that. It gets 17 mpg combined, about 15 in the city and 21 on the highway. If you care about fuel consumption, this car isn't for you. You're not the target customer. It's as simple as that, because at the end of the day, this car wasn't born from a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, this comes from the Land Cruiser Prado, a vehicle that has taken families, soldiers, doctors, and travelers to places once thought inaccessible. Okay, where Uber couldn't get in because Uber didn't exist. This is the modern version of that philosophy. More comfortable, more technology, right? But just as stubborn, because this goes anywhere. It competes with the Range Rover Sport. Okay, I'm going to mention a couple of important competitors here. Range Rover Sport, Mercedes-Benz, GLA BMW X5, the Defender 110, and the Toyota Land Cruiser 250. Now, this is not the best SUV you can buy for off-roading at all. But with it, you can go into territory where a Jeep 392 can go. There, we have no limits. It competes well where it should. I feel super comfortable in the seats, good visibility. Wherever I look, I'm sitting high. And in the end, I like sitting high in the car, okay? I like the materials they've used here because this type of wood looks pretty good. I have paddle shifters behind the wheel, a monitor for the face, adaptive cruise control, and a driving assistant, so you can even let go of the wheel at times. I like the double combination of materials we have here for the seats. There's good space inside, glove compartment down there. You can also put some things here or hold on. You can hold on here. The passenger is comfortable. There's a handle, grips up here at the top. There are grips on the pillars. So there are plenty of places to hold on anywhere you want. Here on the left-hand side, we also have a way to open the back door. There are auxiliary buttons so they can be programmed. I think they've done a good job here, a really good one. If you accelerate, it's very fast. But again, this isn't a race car or meant for speed. It's made for power, to pull, tow, and truly test it, as I say. For that, yes, this car and the suspension feel pretty good, pretty smooth. So in that regard, everything is fine. Blind spot monitor, the visibility from the side mirrors, which are kind of squared off, is also pretty good. Sunroof. Here in the front, Lexus logo. Here in the center of the steering wheel, the car is good. I've been at the Toyota event where there's dirt, where you can use the driving modes of this car a little bit. There's nothing to complain about. Nothing goes to waste. Where it needs to respond, it does, and it does it very, very well. Okay, very, very, very well. Here we have the start button. When I got home and saw it, I liked seeing it because it had been a while since they brought it to me. I said I'd make more 2025 models, and I made this one because it was the specific model I wanted. If it had been another, I wouldn't have made it. Not until the end of the year. I no longer make 2025 models. Now they must be 2026 or newer. Still, I didn't mind making this one. There are a lot of places around here you can come to. You just have to come and check them out. More. Nothing, because I don't know how they've thrown so much trash in the studios where I used to record. I can't record there anymore. They messed up the place, and I haven't had the luck to catch anyone dumping trash. So I could snitch on them, report them, call the police and say, look, that person is dumping trash here. I wouldn't forgive anyone for that, maybe for something else, but not for this. Especially since this is a national park. And I think it's horrible that they do that, because then they close everything and we don't have access to it. So just for some trash? Honestly, yes, this is a compressor. Here we have the controls at the bottom, and what we have here is tools, because the spare tire is underneath. This is a removable rubber mat for easy washing. I find it interesting they included it here. On this side, I have a 120 connector, and of course to cover it so nothing gets stolen from you. Back here, and the cargo space is pretty good back here. We can open just the top part if we want to grab something quickly, or open the whole cover. All of this is done from inside with the key here and there, okay? Reverse camera. Clean to open from the outside with plenty of space above to hide it, but they left it outside. Lexus GX 550 over 9,000 pounds. That's what it tows. Here we have where the towing kit is. The spare tire is underneath this car. It consumes a lot. It's very heavy. It had a recall, but even with all that, the people who love it really love it. This is said to be the fully fixed version, one of the true SUVs, a machine with character, history, and personality. The SUV that can be with you your whole life, the SUV they talk about, the SUV that ages with you, as they say. This isn't for showing off, this is for living, for using it, for giving it, as I say, a hard time, and it's going to handle it very well. That's the recall we already know about, since it affected the whole company. I think Toyota got complacent, being both Toyota and Lexus. They let their guard down. I imagine that all those engineers and the people who allowed that to happen are now working in Alaska. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. See you next time.